Hello, it is Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday puzzle today, and apparently, based on the comments in the Daily Solve Discord chat server, this will be quite a fun puzzle, so that's very exciting. And this fun edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Kathleen Quinn, Skelechicken, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, and the inimitable Connor O'Neill. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for directly supporting this channel. I do very much appreciate it. And if you'd like to join their ranks as benefactors and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, as well as that recognition at the beginning of these puzzles, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve. And if you become a patron at any level, of course, you get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, such as last night, the most recent Constructor's Corner video, which I did mention over the last couple days, which is, I'm sorry about this, but it's a 2-hour long video across 4 puzzles, the last of which was, I think, about maybe a majority of that time. So anyway, of course, there's, as I do on all my videos, there's an index that allows you to jump to the part of the video you're interested in watching. There are links in that video to the puzzles themselves. So you can try them, the community-created puzzles. And of course, if you join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, you can find all those puzzles in there as well, in the Constructor's Corner channel, as well as others that I will be solving in future Constructor's Corner videos. And anyway, that's available. All links to all these things are in the description field underneath the video, to the Discord chat server, which anyone can join, and to the Patreon campaign, where you can find that video. All right, let's get on to today's puzzle. It's a Wednesday puzzle constructed by Jared Goodsmith. This is another debut puzzle, so 2 in a row debut puzzles for our constructors, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving. This will be themed in some way, and apparently it's a good one. We'll have to see. Cardamom infused tea would be chai, spiced Indian tea. New York City venue for the Ramones and the Cramps. CBGB is a classic punk venue in New York, so that looks correct. Partner of raised. Born and raised, one might say. And 60 minutos. That must be 60 minutes for an hour, or an hora in Spanish. So, ate and ran, say. Grabbed a bite? No. Ate and ran, say. Not sure. It seems like something like grabbed a bite, but I'm not sure. Certain horses. Oh, maybe it is grabbed a bite. I'm glad I checked this immediately. Look at this. I think we may have a rebus today. Apologies to anybody who's a member of the Anti-Rebus League, of whom there seem to be several who watch these videos. But I think there is one in this video. So what's a rebus, if you've not seen it? That is when you enter more than one... Well, it has a broader meaning in puzzle solving, but in the New York Times crossword specifically, in practical terms, what it means is you're going to put in more than one letter into the cell of a crossword. And I think we need to do that here because certain horses are Arabs, and that seems overwhelmingly likely based on this AR here. I don't know what else it would be. And ate and ran is, after all, grabbed a bite. And we have to do it again with the AB. Perhaps it's AB again and again. Oops. So if you're solving on the website version, you can enter rebus mode by pressing escape. Otherwise, you can click the rebus button. And if you're solving on the phone, there's a button on the on-screen keyboard. Anyway. So there we have it. Grabbed a bite with our AB rebuses. I wonder what else will be. I wonder if we'll have A, B, C, D, or if these will all be A, B, and A, B will be something thematically relevant. Who knows? No idea. We'll keep solving and find out. If something is still being debugged, perhaps it's still in beta. It's in a piece of software in beta testing. And here we have based on actual events, like some films or books. Dutch cheese would be Edam, that is a Dutch cheese, sort of semi-soft cheese. And if one gave someone sustenance, one fed them. Not right this second would be in a bit. Not right this second, in a bit. We'll finish this puzzle in a bit. Flicker of light. I'm not sure offhand. What about this? Not give up, say. Finish? No. I mean, unless there's another rebus, but it seems less likely. I don't know why. It just seems... I guess I just feel as though there are probably other solutions to this clue. I don't want to jump straight to rebuses, but what about this? China's shoe on lay. So there, that is certainly correct. So flicker of light. A glimmer, but I keep thinking of things that would require... Oh, actually, a glint. Right, sorry. So I thought of a word that required a rebus, glimmer, but then that put me onto another word that doesn't, glint. So now that I know there's a rebus, I'm going to keep thinking about that, but I have to remember probably most cells won't be rebuses. So to not give up is to fight. And 30 days hath September goes the sort of rhyme. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February, which has 28 or something. It sort of descends into chaos. There's probably a better version of that, but I don't remember. Finish gift wrapping. Tie a bow. All right, so we are sticking with the AB rebuses here. So if something is fit to live in, it's inhabitable. And another AB. How have you been? What's up, maybe? No. What's new? Muslim headscarf. A niqab? Or a hijab? I thought just the headscarf was a niqab. Pronoun before it may concern. To whom it may concern, you might say. And a place that generates buzz is a hive, a beehive. Very clever. If something is almost closed, it's ajar. And the Earth's path around the sun is an oval. And if something is, a little more than, I don't know, a trifle. It's a mere trifle, you might say. Okay. Neighbor of Montana must be Idaho. Let's check the crosses. Some ER cases, ODs, overdoses. That looks appropriate to the emergency room. The A&E, as you'd say here in the UK. Accident and emergency. Kigali resident. Why can't I remember where Kigali is? That's incredibly annoying. That's embarrassing. Anyway, let's fill this out and finish and see if we can get it through crosses. To throw with force is to heave. That looks right. To block as a stream is to dam up. Oh, Rwandan. A Rwandan. Sorry. That was ridiculous. State bird of Hawaii. I know how to pronounce this now, thanks to some listeners, some viewers. The state bird of Hawaii is the nene, and would be properly spelled with the bar mark above the E. But as someone pointed out yesterday in a comment, the New York Times crossword does not include diacritical marks in the grid itself. Okay, stop at sea would be avast. I think it's sort of nautical language, often piratey language. Legendary Himalayan humanoid, the abominable snowman. I'm not sure if it's going to have the in it because I am having difficulty judging the length because of the rebus. There will be at least two abominable. Yeah, there will be two rebuses. Let's spell it backwards. Another way to refer to the Yeti. Oops. So we'll have an A here, an AB here. This is very inefficient spelling it this way, but no. Oops, forgot the O. There we go. All right. Managed to stumble my way towards the backward spelling of abominable snowman. No the. There we have it. So there's our central sort of showcase clue. It's not a revealer, but it's our big, long, grid-spanning clue that also takes advantage of the theme. So it's definitely nothing but AB. It's abs, abs, abs. Maybe we'll have something to do with ab crunches or ab exercises or something as the revealer. What is this? Oh, okay, I was saying this looks strange. A 5-letter word that is 3/5 T, but it's the Goldfish writer Donna Tartt. So recognized it once I actually saw the clue, which is, I suppose, the point. To fix up again as a house is to rehab the house. Rehabilitate. Actually, speaking of things that are inhabitable, I suppose, technically speaking, you would rehabilitate to make it habitable again. To make a scapegoat of someone is to blame them. Hens, hatchlings are the hen's brood of chicks. And VIP conveyances could be limousines, limos. Title of respect could be Shri in India, for instance. And hummus brand. Oh, Sabra is a hummus brand. I've seen that before. And here we have capacious could be roomy. You might have a roomy, inhabitable, rehabbed house. Affected could be impacted, perhaps. And the place to pitch a product might be ad space in a newspaper or website or anything. Spiral-horned antelope. Oh, is it a Niali? Is that it? Let's check the crosses. Amber quaff would be ale, indeed. And the magic word, Niala, maybe Niala, not Niali, spiral-horned antelope, because this looks like abracadabra, and I think that will necessitate several more rebuses. Abracadabra, just 2 more. I never seem to be able to perfectly anticipate them. I always have to start typing the A before realizing that's a rebus cell. To dislike with a passion is to abhor somebody or something. Cartoonist Goldberg, who drew contraptions like the self-operating napkin. This would be Rube Goldberg, the namesake of the Rube Goldberg device, which is now used sort of generically to refer to a kind of over-engineered and ridiculous machine that has to go through countless steps in order to achieve a simple task. There are people who make those sorts of things for real on YouTube. I've seen a few of them. It's pretty amazing. Jabba the Blank, Star Wars meanie, would be Jabba the Hutt. And gobs would be a ton of something, gobs of it, a lot of it. And the relative of a cor anglais, which is a wind instrument, would be an oboe, another wind instrument. And to tear to bits would be to rend it, tear it to bits. Aromatic evergreens could be cedars, which indeed have a pleasant scent. And prickly plant with healing qualities. It's certainly the official healing plant of the New York Times crossword, the aloe. I think I would maybe go so far as to say aloe is the official plant, full stop. And then the official, maybe fruit specifically, would be the acai berry, maybe. But aloe is still more common than acai, I would say. Blank garden, a Zen garden maybe, in 3 letters with an E in the middle. Let's check it and see. Unclear mental state. Yes, you could be, I'm in a haze. I'm in an unclear mental state. Staff break. Oh, is a rest. So this is referring to a musical staff. And we do have a question mark here at the end of the clue, indicating a bit of punnery or wordplay. So staff, it looks like in the clue it's referring to staff meaning employees of a firm, but in fact it's referring to a staff physically on a musical score, and a rest is an indication on a musical score to take a break, to stop playing for the length of that rest. If you're not falling for something, you're onto it. And the N of NB is nota bene. Take note, note well. Observe this note I'm writing in the manuscript or whatever. Entice is to tempt somebody. And Dublin's land to poets. Ira, I suppose? Ireland, in kind of romantic, poetic contexts. Poppin' Fresh or Tony the Tiger. I'm not sure what Poppin' Fresh is, but Tony the Tiger is the mascot of a cereal brand. What is it? It's the I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the cereal, but Tony the Tiger is a mascot of it, and Poppin' Fresh must be as well. Catherine, oh, maybe this is wrong. Oh, maybe this isn't Ira, but Aaron, the other way to refer to Dublin in a sort of poetic way. So yes, Catherine of Beetlejuice, Catherine O'Hara must have been in Beetlejuice. I have seen Beetlejuice, but not for a very long time, so I did not remember that. Arctic predators are what? And a cool head. Oh, I'm not sure about that either. What about this? Friar's home, an abbey. A friar, a monk, could live in an abbey. We already had our rebus to help us out. Oh, here we go. Core exercises, or a hint to 8 squares in this puzzle. It is indeed ab crunches. I should have taken my thought about ab crunches one step farther and considered earlier that we have literally crunched ab from 2 cells into 1. So we have physically depicted, we have graphically depicted ab crunches several times, 8 times maybe in this grid, and there we have it. Our core exercises, or a hint to 8 squares in this puzzle. So that indeed was the revealer of the puzzle. And let's just finish off the rest of the grid. Arctic predators. Why don't I see what this is? Think again. Bit of binary code. Why don't I see anything here? Geographical initials until 1991. Okay, well, that at least would be the USSR, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. And Japanese automaker is Isuzu. Makes sort of trucks and utility vehicles and things like that. Bit of binary code would be 0, ones and zeros, binary code. Why didn't I think about that for more than half a second? I don't know. Sharer's word would be ours, something that we're sharing is ours. And think again, oh, okay, this I'm less bothered that I didn't see. Think again is I guess saying sort of no. And the Norse god of thunder is, of course, Thor. So there we go. Here we have a food service giant, Synod, not Synod, not sure. Consumes in a way is reads maybe, consumes an article, a book. Arctic predators, oh, sorry, I spelled Catherine O'Hara wrong. I said O'Hara, I'm pretty sure, and then I spelled Ahara. No wonder I couldn't get this. So orcas are predators in the Arctic. Orcas, killer whales. And food service giant Cisco sounds like a computer networking company. Cisco CISCO, I think. Cool head is hard C. Literally, the beginning of the word cool is a hard C. There we go. So this is Cisco. And Troop for short is the USO. So the USO does, so here we have troop. The first spelling of troop, TROOP, is referring to a military unit. And then the second, troop with an E, with a U and an E there, is referring to, say, a troop of players, for instance, or entertainers. And so the USO is the organization that sends entertainers to entertain troops stationed overseas. So anyway, there we go. I agree entirely with the judgment of the Daily Solve Discord chat server and the New York Times Crossword channel. This was quite a fun puzzle. I really enjoyed it, and was lucky that the way I solved this, it sort of brought me diagonally from the starting cell down this way, because by the time I got to this cell, I had Chai and Born filled out completely, and I think I had CBGB and Aura spelled out completely, and so it made this it made it much easier for me to discern, to sort of infer that I needed the rebus in this cell. That was a lucky break. Having come here and thought maybe ate and ran, say, grabbed a bite, thinking, oh, that might be the answer. Oh, it's too long. It must be something else. But it was in my head. So then when I saw certain horses being Arabs, I was able to jump straight to that assumption. So that was fortunate, the way that I happened to solve this. Whereas perhaps if I had just gone straight through, it would have been less likely. I don't know. I probably still would have by this point then said, oh, maybe grabbed a bite, and then thought it may have ended up in the same place. But anyway, very nice and well constructed. We have each of these words has exactly 2 rebuses, from the shorter ones like inhabitable and abracadabra to this grid-spanning long one, abominable snowman. So that's a nice bit of tidy construction there by Jared Goodsmith. A nice, fun puzzle, and I think relatively smooth throughout. I suppose we had a fair few proper nouns with the Suzu, O'Hara, Hut, Rwandan, Onlay. Anyway, there's some I never even saw. Did I see this? Finnish gift wrapping say tie a bow. I can't remember if I saw that or not. Maybe I did. I don't know. Can't recall. Anyway, that was that for the Wednesday puzzle. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I did think that was fun after all. And what remains in this video is for me to read some comments on the clues from yesterday's puzzle, and I have those ready to go. Bradley explains that the Three Stooges, one of whose members, Shemp, was referenced in the crossword yesterday, had a very long and interesting history, and while Moe and Larry were always part of the lineup, there were 4 different men who filled the role of the third stooge. I had no idea there were that many. Shemp was part of the original Three Stooges, but left in 1932 and was replaced by Curly until 1946. This 14-year span is when the Stooges reached the height of their popularity, and why Curly is the most recognizable third stooge. Shemp rejoined in 1946 after the actor who played Curly suffered a stroke. He was followed by Joe from 1956 to 1958, and Curly Joe from 1958 to 1970. Wow, I had no idea. That's also quite a long run in total for the Stooges. Anyway, thank you, Bradley. Very interesting. And Life is Boss says, I'm adding myself to the poker terminology team. Thank you. Always happy to get more poker terminology education. The clue 16 across refers to 2 possible poker hands, ace high and 2 pair. Ace high means you have nothing, no pairs, pair of same value card. Flushes, sets of 5 cards of the same suit, or straights, sets of 5 consecutive cards, such as 2 to 6. This hand, ace high, is obviously worse than having 2 pairs of cards, hence the clue. More generally speaking, the order of poker hands is high card, such as ace high, pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, straight, flush, full house, a set of 3 and a set of 2, 4 of a kind, and then straight flush, with the best possible straight flush being ace to 10 of a suit being named the royal flush. Okay, thank you, Life is Boss. I think, you know what, now that I look at these, I think I actually did know all of that. But for some reason, I misread the clue, I'm realizing now, and I thought it was saying ace high was higher than 2 pair. I don't know why. I don't remember if I read it that way or if I only thought it that way in my mind. And I thought, oh, that's surprising. I didn't know that. I think if I had read it or understood it, if I'd read the clue correctly, I think this all would have basically fit into my existing knowledge. So I'm not quite as clueless as it sometimes seems. I'm just sometimes have poor reading comprehension. That's surprising. But nonetheless, thank you, Life is Boss, for that comprehensive overview of poker hands. That is very interesting and appreciated. And finally, Sam, a.k.a. Frisco17, who is also, by the way, the author of my agony the other day, assuming this is the same Frisco17, I have to imagine it is. Sam, a.k.a. Frisco17, constructed 2 of the 4 puzzles I solved in the recent Constructor's Corner video, one of which was just an absolute, it absolutely brutalized me. So well done, Sam, a.k.a. Frisco17. Anyway, mentions, it's funny how you say this grid is radially symmetrical, yesterday's grid, since this particular grid, on top of being very aesthetically pleasing and theme-related, has both 90-degree and 180-degree rotational symmetry, since if you flipped it on its side, the grid shape would remain the same. That's a great observation, yes, indeed. I did point out the 180-degree rotational symmetry, but not the 90-degree symmetry. So yes, very good point. And also, Sam, aka Frisco 17, points out, while I'm here, it's pronounced Rick Ocasek. So that is referring to Rick Ocasek, the frontman of the Cars, also a noted record producer. And I think I mentioned in yesterday's puzzle, I wasn't sure if it's pronounced Rick Ocasek or Rick Ocasek. And thank you for clarifying. It is indeed Rick Ocasek. I will endeavor to remember that. And those are the three clues. Those are the three comments I had from yesterday's puzzle. So there we have it. We're done with today's video. We've solved the puzzle. We've read yesterday's comments, and that's that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday puzzle. So we've already actually had our rebus, so could potentially have another tomorrow. You never know. It is the Thursday puzzle. It's when they're most likely to appear, but by no means guaranteed. Anyway, join me for that to find out. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.